Yes, pa, you can just ignore me. I hear you. Yeah, man.
Okay, yes.
Is it me you're looking for?
Narrow. I am going to just take a few minutes of your time and say something about my brother. He took time to come out to join us to celebrate 6 decades of Kwame Kumale. Kwame really was great fun. He was great fun growing up. When I came back from later on after college, I realized that he had particular talents as a communicator. He loved people and people loved him. And as I say, maybe that started because he was such a great playmate when he was small. He liked people even then. And at the University of Sierra Leone, where he was studying communications and English, he had a big dream. And he had a dream to start to be a media specialist. Really, that's what it was. And he started a magazine called Awareness. Awareness, was it? Where's Kwame? Awareness Times, was it Awareness? Awareness Magazine. Awareness Magazine. And Awareness was actually quite a big hit. And that was when I think Kwame's talents as a media specialist were born. And so all of that he has done since then, and I know people throughout the evening are going to talk about it, were birthed at Frobay. Thank you for coming to honor our brother. It's wonderful. He's very special to us. Right now I owe him a great debt because he is our mother's faithful companion. And she loves her little son. So, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Jismet Suma, my brother Kwame's best buddy, partner in crime, those who think they're going to change the Sierra Leone for the better, we hope. Thank you, Jismet.
Thank you very much. My own elder sister, thank you. Look like I have to do this one. Okay, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored with the privilege to introduce the MC of the occasion, a lady that I've known for years, an award-winning producer, award-winning filmmaker, and news anchor. She is an assistant professor in the great Morgan State University. Yay! We've all, sometime in our lives, we have come across Pan-Africans. She is one such that I was privileged to meet a couple of years ago when we were putting together an African media TV program to the likes of CNN, and we started well. We started airing our shows and getting a lot of, compliments around the DMV area, but it was short-lived. A lot of finances were put into it, and she came to help us and save the day for us. And without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Miss Welma Mashinini Red.
People unakushero. Yes, I am from Liberia, and I was a little surprised when Kwame asked me to be the MC for the evening. But I didn't question him because after thinking about it a little bit, Liberia and Sierra Leone, I mean, we're not that far apart. When Liberia sneezes, Sierra Leone catches cold. And of course, when the Ebola came, it affected one country, definitely it affected the other country. And as we recovered, Sierra Leone recovered. So I would say the countries are partners in crime. In fact, Liberia produced a Sierra Leonean president. His name was Charles King from Morristown, and he was president of Liberia. And when it came time for Sierra Leone to produce the Liberian president, he had to run away. Reffel. I don't know how many of you remember Reffel. Okay, well, he didn't make it. But we are there together, and our fights are similar. So we have to pool our energy. And so when Kwame asked me, it was a natural, right? So I'm here. I can't speak Creole as well, but I understand everything. So I understand it all. So many people now. We have a gentleman here, Kwame Fitzjohn, who is really a Pan-Africanist. And he has all kinds of friends from all over Africa. Here I am. He has Christian, Muslim, and Hindu, and friends of Swami. So the next person on the program, I would like to introduce Gyankriti, Swami Gyankriti. I hope I'm saying it well. Yeah, and he is someone who Kwame has known since 1959. I can barely remember myself at 1959. But Kwame's best friend is here to grace this occasion. Please come up, Swami.
Thank you, thank you. Kwame, I appreciate being elevated to best friend. I've known you for a very long time, but I always thought that distance would not have allowed me to be your best friend. So I'm honored to hear that being said. I wrote a few things down so that I won't get emotional. So I'll be a little official. Ese Kwame Wideri. Ese Kwame Wideri. There are a few academicians in the house. Max Baylor would be proud. My beloved elders, Auntie Alice, the Fitzjohn family, and honorable friends. We're grateful for this day and your presence here this day. It is indeed a joy to be present and accounted for in the land of the living. This day we celebrate the life and acts of Kwame Kumade Fitzjohn, for we know him by his acts. We know him by his deeds. It is his works as a sentient being that has kept him in our minds and hearts over the years. Is there a way to stop this thing? It is his tenacity and unrelenting fervor as a champion for our beloved Sierra Leone and our mother Africa at home and abroad that keeps him always close to us. It is his sagacious, unstoppable determination as a mass media artist that keeps him close to us. It is his impeccable memory of faces, people, names, events, and his instant recall faculties that draws him close to us. For he is a walking mental archivist of the highest order. It is his kindness and generous and understanding nature as a brother and a friend that brings Kwame even closer to us. I have known Kwame since we were small boys in the latter part of the 50s, when we as small boys played in our parents' homes when his father was ambassador representing Sierra Leone in the United States, and my father was in his last year or two of dental school at Howard University. I believe this was 1958 and 1959. A few years later, at the ages of 10 and 11 respectively, 1965 to be precise, we entered Form 1 as residential students at the only school that there was in Sierra Leone at the time, the Albert Academy. Of course, there were rumors of other schools starting up, like grammar school, but there was only the academy. We continue this friendship until this day. And it is indeed my honor to propose a toast. I was asked to propose a toast, but we have not been given champagne or glasses. So it will be a righteous toast.
Imaginative one.
And we'll use our imaginations to complete it. So it is indeed my honor to propose this toast to the undaunted team of individuals who came together and worked tirelessly to make this celebration a successful tribute to a man who we can all say is indeed a jolly good fellow. Cheers. Thank you.
Let's move along quickly. We're all hungry here. And we'll ask Dwight Fitzjohn to come up and reflect on some of Kwame's years. Years at Albert Academy, and also when he was in England as a BBC reporter. Dwight Fitzjohn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, my brother, the Dr. John William, was supposed to be here. I found out that I was supposed to make this presentation about my brother Kwame. I really didn't know the guy, If any of you people Norris Lee showed up with this fellow at the house, remember? Back in the day, Norris Lee showed up with this guy, I didn't know him, He was such a nice brother, the guy did nothing wrong, he was not controversial, he was always cool, my brother beats you up if you don't know what's happening to your brothers. The guy did nothing wrong. Kwame was just nice. So, if you're looking to hear some controversial thing that happened to Kwame, that I knew him, it never happened, Kwame was the coolest dude you'd ever meet. You just show up, like, where did you come from? It comes to America. I'm sitting there, I just came from America. They're taking care of me to come to my green card, everything. The boys show up and say, oh, here's my passport too, file for me too. All right, he's a nice guy, my brother is very well, he studied hard, from 6, and the guy, he studied, he brought his boys to Louis, to the house, remember, Kwame, he brought his boys, their parents dropped them off at the house, his father's running the Lunge airport, and he said, hey, your brothers all going from 6, his kids go there too, you come stay at your house. I told you, tell your father. I didn't, anyway, there they were. And now tell Louis' brother, they all sit there, Kwame, Billy from 6, fantastic results, fantastic, and they still try to party with me. You have these kids. But anyway, now that we're here, and my brother, who happens to be my birthday mate, Mommy Alice says that when he was born, I was in what they call FSG, and also FSG, those days, we had parties on your birthday, and have a party and a present, and teacher of FSG, Suma was in hospital, the born is beginning. The occupiers, they know for make business on the behalf, Then, when they got services, well, what's it like, I didn't know what else to say. Well, anyway, it all turned out really good, Anyway, like I said, my brother William, who he knows more about him, because they were together, I think personal, so I don't know them, You know them better, right? He's a good guy. He's my brother. He better be. And Mommy Alice Bonham. Thank you.
You're the best.
And to think the two of them are born on they have the same birthday, Kwame and Dwight. Both of them have the same birthday. Thank you, Mami Alice, for bringing these characters into our company, into our lives. And now we would like to invite Dr. Solomon Gembe, who will speak about those college days at Frobe and the production of this magazine that Amelia spoke about.
My good friends, thank you, Ms. MC. Before I say anything, I want to comment on Mr. Suma and the things he's doing for our country. The program that he's embarking on has its roots. The consciousness, the awareness was created by the work of people like Kwame Fitzjohn, Sumangulu Indolotrai, the late Indolotrai, Sam Tumoy, Sangster, she said. These are characters. Some of them have exited. Pius Foley, then you have the slims around still, looking cool. I saw even Ade, they don't talk photographs. But the point I'm saying,
Kwame has always stood out amongst his peers because of the power of his pen. He's a prolific writer. When I left both school and I came to Kobe College, can you imagine both school, Peter school to big time Kobe College? You hear people like Kwame talk. You hear people like Sangster talk. I said, can I fit in this environment? We didn't have the rapping power like some of these guys. So you see, Kwame has been second to none among his peers because of the agitation for social justice and social change. Ours was a campaign to take Pasheki out of power. No college, no school. Academy, when Kobe College move, Academy move, the rest of it move. Upline, Shalom, the rest of the country, no college, no school. And we owe it to Kumali. So what we're seeing, guys like Jasmine, Suma, they are doing now. You get this program that you're on, which is now gone global. Because what we want is a better Sierra Leone. And that's what Kwame and others were agitating during our time. It was brutal. The regime at that time was totalitarian against Pasheki. The funny thing here is that we did not succeed to get Pasheki out of power. We did not. So now we want to leave because we want a better Sierra Leone. In this journey through life, Kwame, it was quite a journey. And it's paradoxical when the pa himself wrote a book, What Life Has Taught Me. He said, haven't we done much, even to survive this dog world of today? Kwame is still standing tall, kicking. Some of these guys are gone. Sangster is gone. Sumanguru is gone. Leo is gone. Sam Tumoy, gone. Going to 60, man, it's quite a milestone. So you see, my good friends, I came all the way from Texas. When Kwame calls, some of us, he's like a mentor to us. Because you see a smooth guy hanging around this circle of friends, he gives you the assurance. He can't go demonstrate, he can't go fight, but he will pump you to go. Kwame is not a fighter. And I can assure you, Kwame, the power of your pen, tablets, newspaper, just to wrap up, my friends, those consciousness, those grand narratives that Kwame was talking about culminated into the awareness newspaper. It's a continuation of that narrative, that journey. And Kwame, I'll say this to you, that we are now in the final stages of our journey through life. Sadly, you might not have achieved your full potential, but you always stand tall amongst your fellow men. And we leave it to the young generation now to pick up from where we left off. And we are this move for social justice and change. Concerns Sierra Leoneans, that people like Suma are now propelling. Our goal is for a better Sierra Leone. And that is what Kwame and others we are fighting for during our time. Kobe College is a caucus of what we left during that time. It's dilapidated. Can you imagine the Athens of Africa? It's no more. So what we are saying, man, this is the same, we are in the same country, the same aspiration, the same.
You know, it leaves a lot in its wake, but generations after perhaps will carry it through. And, well, we have to still keep on working towards a better Africa, whether it's in Liberia or Sierra Leone. Now we ask Frederick Oyugi, who was involved with the African profile.
Because of the real way.
Oh, so we don't have Oyugi here with us today, but he was one other person who is very close to Kwame. Now, I'm not Sierra Leonean, but whenever Noslina is having a program, I get an email. I get an invitation. I get an invite. I'm invited to the programs and so forth. So I'm kind of plugged in. And so representing this organization, the National Organization of Sierra Leoneans in North America, Noslina, we invite Suna Nalo to come and say something on behalf of Noslina, a very strong organization here representing Sierra Leone.
Good evening, good people. So Noslina was actually founded in 1998. Kwame was a founding member. Noslina actually was founded during and after the coup in Sierra Leone when Tijan Kaba had to flee the country. And there were Sierra Leoneans in the United States who decided that we just will not stand for this no anymore. So actually I believe their motto at that time was no more. That was Kwame. Well, as the years have gone by, Kwame has become our go-to guy. In other words, if you want to plan something in advance, no call Kwame D, because it ain't gonna happen. But when you're within the last 48 hours of something, you call Kwame, it will get done. So we have had many ups and downs, Kwame and I, because I am your classic type A personality that likes to plan everything. Kwame will tell me, say, don't worry. I come. Don't worry, I got this. Yay. 5 o'clock in the morning, he'll say, call this person, but he always comes through because he may call me at 5 in the morning and say, hey, I talked to this person, give them a call. That person will give us a $5,000 donation. That person will give us a $2,000 donation. He always comes through. So I believe that Noslina really is his baby. It really ties in and follows in with his pattern of caring for the people of Sierra Leone, his pattern of trying to make Sierra Leone a better place to live. All we have really done is transcended those desires and those wishes to the United States, and all we do is help people back home. So Kwame, congratulations. I wish you Godspeed, and I know with you, with your continued involvement in Noslina, it will continue to do great things for our people in Sierra Leone. God bless.
Thank you so much, because I do know that Noslina means so much to Kwame, not only to Kwame, but to the community as a whole. From the day I met Kwame, and as Jesmet said, we met to produce a television program that was called African Magazine. And this television program was regularly aired in the Washington, D.C. metro area. And one of the people who we featured on this program was the curator at there was an African exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. And this person is with us here today. He is not Sierra Leonean as well. He's currently Professor Emeritus for African Studies at Howard University, and this is none other than Dr. Suleiman Nyang.
Oh, yes.
Please join us here at the podium. There he comes. Welcome to your West African brothers and sisters. Okay. You're from
Gambia.
Gambia. Same difference, eh?
Yeah. Good evening. I'm very flattered to be here in the company of the mother of Kwame and the sisters and other family members. This is a very important moment for me, to be in the company of all the people who are speaking and all of you who are here. I tend to be very historical when I look at the human condition. What happened to Kwame is very important for Kwame at many levels. The world is now global, and globalization of the world makes this celebration of Kwame's birthday at the age he is important for all of you here. Because when you live here and you talk about your own stories, Kwame is going to be now in the modern world. You must pay close attention to who am I? Where do I come from? What can we contribute to the human condition now? And Kwame has demonstrated intellectual ability. He has command of words. He is one of those Africans I know who can put words as his errand boys to do things for himself. And this is something that you have to give him very close. But he is one of those Africans who have learned the language of the conqueror, English, and he knows how to use it very well. That was why the BBC people appreciated him to report for them. That is something that you have to know as you look at it. The other thing that I will bring to your attention since I know him, because over the years, I have been teaching at Howard for 4 years. And when I was at Howard, I taught many African students. There are many Africans who are lawyers and doctors and dentists from all over Africa, from Algeria all the way to South Africa, Kenya to Tanzania. Kwame is one of the few Africans I know who is very, very, very interesting figure. Because Kwame is very much grounded in Pan-African thought. Because that's one reason why our sister from Liberia is here. The Liberians are very close to the Sierra Leoneans. Kwame has affected people like her and other Africans around the continent to the point that if you say Kwame, Fitzjohn, they respond, regardless of where they come from. Because that spirit of Kwame Nkrumah and others is with him. And he tries to carry that wherever he goes. So Kwame, we celebrate your birthday today with you. Your mom, I know her very well. She is definitely very proud of you. And your sisters and others are part of your story. So all the people who are here, I hear some people who are speaking very well about you. And they are really your partners in this life. Because in this life here, you become a dot. And then the other person who joins you form a line. The more people you have a long line of meaning. And that's one of the reasons why if you are a human being, you have to pay attention to people who have used words effectively. This way the spiritual figures. If you are a Christian, Jesus Christ lived for 33 years, but he was able to change human history at age 33. Dr. King, who was not a president, they have a mall for him. So Kwame, you are still young. Join other Sierra Leoneans, and you can add a great deal for Sierra Leone and for Africa. God bless you.
I don't know your tradition, but at this point, I would ask everyone to sing happy birthday.
Yeah.
Is that in place? Yes. Shall we?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Hold on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kwame. Happy birthday to you.
Let's go.
Let's welcome Kwame. So,
Greetings. This year we have 3 generations of the Fitzjohn blood that have milestone birthdays, each 30 years apart. I'll begin with the matriarch, my mom, Mommy Alice, who her 90th is later this year. Now, we have a number of associations and linkages here, which I'll briefly digress into if you'll allow me. But please listen carefully because, you know, I'm not necessarily a figures person myself. If you turn the 9 in the age my mom becomes this year, that is the 9 in the 90, if you flip the 9 by 180 degrees, it gives you the 6 in my age of 60. So what I'm saying is, you know, the 9 becomes 6 when you turn it around, simple as that. So the year my mom turned 30 is the year she birthed me. Her child in the center of her and my dad's 7 children. As Amelia alluded to earlier, I am the 4th child. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle. My parents' 7 children are 5 sons and 2 girls. I'm in the center of both genders, in the middle of the 5 boys and in the middle of the 2 girls. I'm the sandwich filling, if you like. You know, the part which some like most, you know. Yes, you know, I'm that which comes in between, the filling, you know. Now, if you divide my age in half, it gives you a hobby. My sister Amelia's son's age this year, it gives you his age. Yes, divide the age I turned into this week, that is 60. If you divide that into half, that is 30. And that's my nephew, Ahovi Fitzjohn Broderick. That's his age. Ahovi, could you stand, please? Now, just like my mom and I, the year she turned 30 was the year I was born. Similarly, the year I became 30 was the year Ahovi arrived. Entered Earth. And last, and by no means least, my sister Katie's daughter, Nadezhda, who's not here, but Nadezhda is represented by Katie. So Nadezhda is expecting a child in this year that Ahovi will turn 30. So you see, the tradition continues in the Fitzjohn bloodline. You know? So who will be the next in the 30 years from now, when Nadezhda's child turns 30? Ahovi turns 60, Kwame turns 90, Mommy Alice turns 120. Who will continue the Fitzjohn bloodline in the next 30 years? I guess we'll just have to wait 30 years and see. I have just presented you several generations of the Fitzjohn family present and 30 years apart. 3 generations are here present, but I don't want to take too much more time because we've got to, get this party going. I'd like to end with my line from my mother, you know, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Her favorite from our favorite program, you know, Days of Our Lives. And I want to end though by saying 2 things. One is my dear friend should have been here tonight, but he couldn't because unfortunately he lost his grandson to drowning. He should have been our chair of the occasion. Dr. Liang, of course, is our keynote, and Nigel Parkinson, who had consented to chair the occasion, lost his grandson just last week, Nigel Parkinson III, to drowning, unfortunately. But we are the admirals, that's our name. And so at this point, first we'd like to identify the admirals in the House, starting with Christo Kabir-Williams, who's interim chair. Christo, you wave from where you are. Teddy Cozier. I'm not forgetting anybody. Cecil Rhodes, wave from where you are seated. The admirals. Yes, you made it. Herbert Cowles Campbell. is here. This is a social group we had in Sierra Leone in the late 60s, early 70s, and we were the coolest thing in Freetown. And now okay. Yeah, and we were under the umbrella of Kololo, yes. And now we have formed a non-profit here, and the beat goes on. So at this time, I would like us just to rise and observe a minute's silence in honor of Nigel's grandson, please. May his soul rest in peace. My name, Kwame Kumale Fitzjohn. Kumale is the name that dawned on me while I was at Friday College. And of course, actually I had vocabulary inadequacy then. My sister Amita helped me complete it. Kumale is an acronym for Come, Unite, Man, and Leave Everything. But as of this day, as from here henceforward, Kumale will now be Come, Unite, Man, and Let's Envision.
Okay, the food is all ready, folks. Thank you so much for your patience. But as you know, this is Freetown style. Would you wait to be invited? It's a buffet outside, and you may sit outside, or you may come back in, but be comfortable. And then, as Kwame said, there will be dancing, and at some point we'll cut his cake, either outside or in here. But enjoy the rest of the evening, and thank you so very much.
touch your body, you're perfect and fine. I got you don't think right. If you don't like how me say, go find your love. I'm not tired of the war, the time so far. And you're a man, you're not gonna stop the war. All the time, the more enjoy my life with you. You know friends from my heart, they're here to me. You not just people from the choosing carefully. Them are the dreams, so them can't compare to me. Can't compare to me. Now we don't know but tomorrow might bring out the future. Then I was away. So me, I live my life today. Me, I live my life today. Yeah, so now we have to talk about what we talk. We have enough to say. So me, I live my life today. Me, I live my life today. So everybody have to sing it out. Oh, I love my life. Oh, I love my life. Oh, I love my life. So me, I live my life today. Oh, I love my life. Oh, I love my life. Oh, I love my life. So me, I live my life today. Sure, never be nobody get the best of you. From the person of the mirror, from the chest of two. Get the best of the thing and I'm gonna make them pressure you. And live life to the fullest, not to the top. Just believe it, you know life not easy. Love how we love our bond, it was good to feed me. Love be greedy, set up place in our life and achieve it. Listen to the key, love me and life with freedom. Till it live me. I wanna keep on being a real father, that's a holy itch me. Your father bless me, guide and protect me. Never know who gonna make it on the streets, correct me. No, we don't know, but tomorrow might bring on the future. And I was away, so me I live my life today. So me I live my life today. Yeah, so now we make a talk about all the time. They have enough to say. So me I live my life today. So me I live my life today. So everybody have to sing it out. Oh, I love my life. Oh, I love my life. Oh, I love my life. So me I live my life today. Oh, I love my life. Oh, I love my life. Nobody wanna see you rising. When they do, they don't even like it. They just wanna see you compromises. Drive so they don't need a license. Wanna hush, you can even ride it. Go ahead, move the feet just like it.